So this is a dream I had, I think, in 2018. It's not a new one, but for some reason I didn't share it. It had to do with the the hookup culture and the like casual sex era. So the dream started with me. I was in this little room. It was like a hospital, but it felt like a war room hospital. There was a war outside, and they had quick set up a hospital. And I all of a sudden, I wake up from almost like a coma, and I get up, and I'm walking around the hospital, and there's these little rooms, and there's these. They looked like full-grown life-sized infants that had all the outer layers of their skins peeled off, and then there were all these worms crawling around in them, like they'd been in like four, I don't know, burns. I know third-degree burn, but like beyond burned so bad that all the muscle tissue was gone. They were completely frozen and paralyzed. They were conscious. They were aware, but they were so just completely frozen and paralyzed. All their skin had been burned off. But they looked like infants, but they were like life size, just in this like ball, totally burned off, and they had all these worms crawling around on them. And I was like walking around thinking like what happened to them. And then I felt this like great like evil horror sickness had happened. And right before it happened, I got shot in the head. And I had been shot in the head, and because I was shot in the head, I wasn't present when this happened, and I could feel it like it was like I got done work and sat down, and I just had the TV on. There was, I don't know what show it was, but some like power the villain had. It was like this dark cloud that just it passed over everything, and just it all just incinerated. It was all gone, but it was like the hookup culture, the casual sex, and the everything that's going on now, all of it combined. But I felt it as this just just overwhelming horror, like evil, dark. Like you think like World War III, like the Jews being burned, like it burned. It was that kind of evil and sickness and horror, and that had just like spread out across the land. And that's what happened to these full-grown infants, to there are these people. I mean, it was like they were in hell. They were going to hell. I could see ahead that that's what they was going to happen to them. That's what caused them to be like that. This everything that's going on in the world now with this hookup culture and the casual sex and like OnlyFans and all this stuff. But I had been shot in the head right before it happened, and I was in like a coma. And that's me. Shared about that's how I got saved. I had horrible social anxiety to where I didn't even leave the house. I couldn't even drive. Um, so I never did any. But that was before I got saved. What I thought the point of life was, and I was all upset because I was missing out on it because I couldn't talk to people. And then as I was walking around, that's what being shot in the head was. Me missing out on all this because my brain was all messed up. My full testimony's on here, but basically I was like that in like second, third grade, and it got um, way out of control and got way other problems. But then there were these nurses walking around, and I knew that they represented angels, and they were like totally amazed that that I wasn't like the others, and I'm like, no, I got shot in the head, you know, and like I knew what happened, but I was still asking what happened to them. Or I think I asked them what happened, and that's when I like sensed the darkness, this just horrible, evil darkness that came over the land. And I'm like, no, I was shot in the head, and I just woke up, and then you know they were like running around like a war movie, um, with all kinds of like nurses stuff trying to help all these people that were these like burned full grown infants with worms. They were all running around trying to help them, and then I started running around too, kind of in like a bit of a, not really a panic, but frantically running around, um, trying to help all these people.